Hi Taurus, how are we today? I'm just doing our weekly reading. This week we're looking at a little bit of everything, okay? So we will be doing, important messages generally, as well as important messages for love. I will also be pulling a few cards in regard to physical health, and then looking at social aspects as well. Coming up to Christmas, we've all got a lot of social events and all that sort of thing going on. So wanting to check in on that side of things as well. Okay, but I am using the Red Hand Lenormand deck, so quite a few extra cards in that one so we can get the most of the messages today. But starting us off, we have the messages from the Fairies Oracle. Okay, so Taurus. What does Taurus need to know? Important messages for our Taurus, please. And one more for Taurus, please. Okay, so Taurus, we do have the Sun card first and foremost. Your Sun is watched over and protected as he explores his world. So if you do have heavy Scorpio placements, maybe check that reading and see what I've said about that Sun card in that reading, because it was coming out in a very unique way for the Scorpios, okay? But for those of you who do have a Sun, this obviously is letting you know that your Sun is watched over and protected as he explores the world. But, for a lot of you, I'm actually getting the Sun, S-U-N energy from this card today. So, the Sun, like a Sun as in a child, is very, that joy and amazement, that very happiness kind of energy already. Whereas the Sun, solar, is also all about happiness when we're looking at the Lenormand Sun card there. So, I am getting a lot of happiness and that happy spirit and that optimism, looking forward to the future, that opportunity for things in your life to, be nurtured and grow and you to sort of watch them grow. So even if you don't have any actual children, this is talking about, watching things in your life, grow and develop and you being able to nurture them to be the mature version of themselves that you want them to be. So whether that's actual people in your sphere here or just that general sense of happiness and optimism that we really are nurturing within ourselves there, Taurus. All right, but we also have admit your true feelings to yourself. All right, be honest with yourself. Only you know what it is that you truly desire. I am just getting intuitively there that there is at least one of you who you need to be honest with yourself about this Sun. And this Sun is not, I'm feeling that for whoever this is for, this is the fact that you want a son of your own. You haven't got a son and you're wanting a son. You're wanting a child, and having to admit that to yourself. Okay, so that's just for one of you, but being honest with yourself, only you knowing what it is that you do truly desire, and just sort of sitting with that energy and thinking about that and not actually, hiding from that feeling within yourself. All right, so that is just for one of you though. Okay. But admit your true feelings to yourself, really opening up to yourself and being honest with yourself about what it is that you do truly desire. If you do have children, what are your true feelings about how do you want to see them mature and grow? How do you best nurture them? Those sorts of things, admitting your true feelings in regard to that sort of stuff as well. And that happiness, being, admitting your true feelings of happiness and where you find happiness. All right, where do you find happiness in your life, and what aspects of your life do you want to grow and nurture? All right, but important messages for Taurus, please. So yeah, I'm definitely seeing whoever this person is that wants a son. I can feel your energy is quite strong today. So I'm sure that there's at least one of you out there that is, wanting to start your own family here. We do have the house coming through, which can talk about those family ties. That was followed by the tree, which, can be a lot about growth as well. So I am seeing once again that there is somebody here that does want to, start a family, grow a family, nurture a family. All right, but for everybody else, this is all about, your sense of security and stability, your place in the world, your place within your family, and really wanting to, grow and mature within that. And, coming from a very strong place of wisdom, but also willingness to learn more in order to, hold on to your sense of stability and security. Really focusing on yourself here with that tree energy as well. So, focusing on your inner stability and how can you best nurture yourself? How can you best grow that happiness within you and find stability in happiness? Really focusing on things like self-care, self-love, those sorts of things, having those deep conversations with yourself. We do have the bird's energy there. So once again, admitting your true feelings to yourself, being honest with yourself, having those deep conversations with yourself about how you do want to grow and mature your life and where you want to go, how you want to branch out in the future, how you are going to find stability, keep that inner security within yourself. How to, having these conversations about how to nurture yourself, how to love yourself and focus on yourself, care for yourself here. All right, so that's what we have as your most important message today, Taurus. But we'll have a look at romantic love as well. Okay, romantic love. What's going on for Taurus with romantic love? That one wanted to sort of jump on out, so we'll take that. Important messages for Taurus with romantic love. Talking about Taurus, I just saw a notification on my screen pop up saying that my Taurus sister is messaging me. That's fine, we've been messaging all morning. Thought it was funny. I'm talking to a Taurus while I'm talking to all you Taurus as well. Okay, so we do see firstly with love for you, Taurus, that we do have the clover energy. Okay, so a lot of good luck. This is positive energy, definitely the most good fortune surrounding you in love at the moment there. So it does also let us know to sometimes take a bit of a risk, to take a chance. What we're taking a chance on, we once again we're seeing that solitude energy. We have the Tower here, which is you in your inner fortress, taking some time to yourself, that solitude, in order to admit your true feelings to yourself, to really look deep within yourself and find what foundations do you want to be laying in the future, to what foundations are you laying now in your life in order to guide yourself to your future that you are wanting here. I do feel for a lot of you this is taking some time in solitude to yourself to really have those deep and meaningful conversations, admitting your true feelings to yourself when it comes to love as well. For one or two of you, this could just be referring to somebody from your past or somebody older than you being significant at this time, especially in regard to any decisions that you're making at the moment. We have the crossroads here. So that does really talk about making a choice or decision. And I feel like you're needing to take some time to yourself in that solitude to sort of make a choice or decision about where you're heading with love. What path are you taking toward more love, a deeper romantic love within your life here? Taking that chance to, make these decisions and stick to them sort of feeling. But it also does let us know that you're on the right path. You are on the right path. There's no need for you to sort of freak yourself out too much because you are on the right path. Okay, and that taking that time in solitude, we do see that this is that lighthouse, that guiding light energy, which is shining directly on that choice, on that pathway for you. So, that taking some time to yourself really, I feel for a lot of you, is going to shine a light on the fact that you are already on the right path. You may just need to actually sit down with yourself and have that conversation, and be honest with yourself about, am I on the right path? Do I want this path? Am I following this path to where I want to be? And I feel like for a lot of you the answer is going to be yes. But we do see the clouds as well. Okay, so there is this tendency here when it comes to your love life for you to overthink things. All right, the clouds is all about your thoughts. I do feel, it can talk about, overthinking things to the point of anxiety here, but I do feel as though it's kind of just letting us know that you are kind of being warned against overthinking things when it comes to your romantic love life. Don't sort of dwell on things too long. Yes, take that solitude to think things through clearly, but don't allow yourself to dwell and overthink so much so that it causes you anxiety, or because that will cause your judgment to become clouded, and you won't actually be able to see that path for the clouds as easily there. But it is kind of reminding us to, find the silver lining in the clouds. So, with all your thoughts, instead of, tracing down all the negative outcomes, all the negative, overthink all the negative possibilities here, to really make sure we're looking for that silver lining, and looking at the most positive outcomes that could be as well. All right. So making sure we're keeping our thoughts, light and fluffy instead of dark and stormy. Really being conscious of choosing to think clearly rather than allowing yourself to overthink and get yourself into that pattern of overthinking. All right, which then does lead to, that confusion within yourself, which is not what you're needing right now. So really focusing on keeping those thoughts light and fluffy, and especially too with that tree up in your main energy there, that self-care, that self-love coming through in the way that you're thinking as well. All right, needing to make sure we're loving ourselves, and loving all aspects of yourself, the positive and the negative. All right. Negative, yeah, sorry. But we'll have a quick look at your physical health. Okay, Taurus. What's going on for Taurus with physical health, please? Okay, I'm just needing to clarify that energy a little bit before I get into that. Okay, can you clarify what exactly that second card is in regard to for Taurus physical health? Oh, all right. Well, that answered my second question as well. Okay, so just wanting to check here. How is this physical? How is this physical for Taurus, please? Yeah. All right. So kind of what I'm seeing here, it's not so much to do with your physical health here, Taurus. It's got more to do with your mental health, okay? Which, that is part of your physical health, because, if you allow your mental health to go downhill, your physical health will usually follow. But what we're sort of seeing here, I do have the scythe coming through first and foremost, which was followed with the chains. Okay, so it kind of shows us that breaking free of these chains, and setting yourself free from these chains, is what kind of what you're needing to do. There's this element of freedom within your mental self, that you need to break free of the things that are holding you back, chaining you down, holding you down a little bit here with your I feel like your mental health. Some of you do need to just suddenly, make a sudden unexpected sort of break free from the chains that bind you, so to speak, the things that are holding you back with, being the full positive health here. Because when I've clarified, why we see, like, is that physical or whatever, we see the cross and then the star. And in the cross, you can see the chains on that cross as well. So it's like these mental burdens that you've been carrying and needing to break free from them. And once again, we do have, be honest with yourself, and only you know what it is that you truly desire. And what you truly desire is here, the star card, the, breaking free from these chains, leading you to your true desires, your wishes coming true here. You needing to release some mental burdens, though. All right, that chains card was clarified by the ship energy. So for some of you, with that ship energy, it's talking about moving forward, getting past these chains, moving away from these chains that sort of bind you. For some of you, I do feel as though there's a physical thing that has actually been leaving you feeling as though you're bound, you're stuck, kind of held back from being able to access full physical health. And we do see you suddenly sort of breaking free from that and moving forward into a much more positive area with physical health, because with the ship and the star coming through, we do see that health-wise outcomes looking good. Especially, I do feel that for majority of you, this is mental health stuff. All right, so whatever that means for you personally. But even if there's something, for some of you, I'm feeling that chain in the physical sense. It's kind of like, there may be one of you or two of you that are, getting a cast removed. So you've actually been somehow physically bound by or physically limited by something, that you're now breaking free of that. So it's that kind of energy, like on a physical health term, it would be something like, getting a cast removed, that now all of a sudden, it's like you've got this freedom that you never had while you had a cast on. So I'm definitely getting that sort of energy as well. But with the cross and the star there, having faith that everything is going to work out the way you want it to, the way that your desires are aligning with, it's really just breaking free from these mental chains that are holding you back here. And you will get to that physical optimal health that you're looking for. So for some of you, those chains that are holding you back might be, along the lines of, oh, I can't do that. Okay, so I'm just sort of getting sort of shown here that for maybe one or two of you, that those chains are actually, chains that you've put around yourself, that you've kind of said, oh, I can't do that. I can't, I'm not able to exercise because of this or that. I'm chained to, I'm held back from being able to exercise fully. But you're kind of breaking through that energy and moving forward to, what, I wish that I would be able to exercise more fully. So I'm going to just, move forward with that and persist anyway. And it's going to sort of, it does feel like it's all going to, come into fruition for you and work out well. All right. But moving on to social aspects for you, Taurus. Okay. Social aspects for Taurus, please. What's going on for Taurus with social life? So yeah, that you, for some of you, you may be feeling that there is, someone holding you back. We have the anchor here. So even within your social, like, we're getting the same chains message coming through again, connected to your social life. So these things that, I'm kind of just looking here, breaking free from these chains that bind you, especially when this is like mental chains that you're holding yourself in, mental burdens that you're holding upon yourself there. We do see those affecting you and your social life as well at the moment, all right? But breaking free from those, you know, breaking free from that stuck energy, things are going to start changing on a social aspect as well. All right. So we're not just looking at an improvement in mental health here, but we're also looking at an improvement with social well-being as well. All right. Because we do have the letter. So some sort of communication that sort of takes you out of this stuck sort of energy and moves you into this key energy. All right. So the letter can be all about, texting, phone calls, emails, talking to people online, talking in person, and helping yourself, break free from these chains that have been binding you a little bit there, opening brand new doors to success for you within your social sphere. All right, so a lot of success headed your way. This is like opening yourself up to somebody. Even it can be talking about, communicating in a vulnerable way, opening your heart up to somebody is actually helping you break free from all this mental anguish as well. So definitely heading towards a lot of positivity in the near future there, Taurus. It's just breaking free from these chains that bind you. It seems to be the main sort of issue, and we need to just sort of sit down, have that big chat with ourselves and admit our true feelings to ourselves and admit to ourselves, what it is that you're truly desiring here. And this is how I'm going to get it. I choose to, break free from these chains and move forward in a really lovely way. So it definitely seems, like it's all happening for you, Taurus, and you will, get there. All right. But that's what we have for you today. You're more than welcome to check your other placements. Please subscribe if you're not already, but hopefully I'll see you all again soon.